All right, so the earliest artifacts that are uncovered are made of stone. So you have the lithic period, the Paleolithic and the Neolithic. These are some examples of Paleolithic weapons that have been found. That's not what I want to do. So we're looking at the types of stone artifacts now. And so we often think of projectile points, like you see here, spear points and so on, but also stone was used for mortar and pedestal. What were these used for? For grinding, yeah, for breaking up. You could break up ochre, different types of colored rock to make pigments for paint, or you could break up different types of herbs and spices or whatever for incense or for cosmetics or for medicines of different kind. But that's what a mortar and pedestal looks like. Okay, you know what this is? That's right. It's a grinding mill for grinding wheat and the flour. This is at Capernaum, where this is Jesus' sort of headquarters for his Galilean ministry at Capernaum, and that's a grinding stone. Jesus talked about a grinding stone at one point, right? If he calls one of these little ones to stumble, it'd be better for you that you had had a millstone tied around your neck, thrown into the sea. And so he spent time in Capernaum. This is a grinding mill from Capernaum. So it may be that grindstone right there is what Jesus saw and thought, really be hard to tread water with that tied around your neck. I'll use that for an illustration. It is a good illustration because I have trouble treading water anyway, but with a grindstone tied around my neck, I'd go straight to the bottom. This is a vessel that's made out of stone. It looks like pottery, but it's not. Someone took a big chunk of stone and chiseled that out. That would be a lot of work. So sometimes you find stone vessels, and the fact that I'm wondering how they got inside, chipping out, because you have to have really long arms. But it is a vessel, and it is made of one piece of stone. So that means however they did it, they had a way of chipping out stone to create a stone vessel.
Is that unusual?
Yes, it's very unusual. When you find them, that means what? If you're an archaeologist and you find a vessel that's made out of stone, that would suggest that the owner of that was very wealthy because a lot of labor, a lot of money. See, so you can begin to extract information when you find this in the soil. So you begin finding stone jars in a house and you say, this guy he was banking to be able to pay that kind of money for these types of jars. So when you're reading about Jesus' first miracle at Cana, right? And it says when they brought out the jars of water, but it was, okay, if you look, it says stone jars. They were jars made out of stone. So what does that say about this wedding? Yeah, these people in Cana must have had some money if they have stone jars. So that means the wine that they were serving was probably pretty good. See how it's playing into the story? You say, well, that's just detail. Yeah, but God is in the details. It's important that you know this stuff. Okay, so that's one of the reasons we're going through discussion of artifacts. This is alabaster from Egypt. Stone was used for weapons, ballista. They look like bowling balls, but they're not. They're a little bit smaller than a bowling ball, but they were used by the Romans in their, what do they call those? They're like catapults, but they're not a trebuchet. That's a medieval weapon.
A shot put?
It looks like a shot put. It's a little bit larger than the shot put, though. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. But there's a type of weapon that the Romans used that actually projected these large stone balls, very high speeds.